Hello class 11. Welcome to history lecture. We are continuing with our chapter Nature of the State and its Apparatus. And today our topic is Marcus Tullius Cicero. So we see that Marcus Tullius Cicero was born in Italy in 106 BC, and we must remember that he was born in a middle class humble family. He was born in a middle class family, in a common family. Why we are mentioning this? Because in those days, in those centuries, it was very difficult for common people who are born in common families, for them to left their mark in the service of king. That was very uncommon, and those who have influence, only they could rise to power. But Marcus Tullius Cicero, though he was born in a common middle class family, then also he left his mark in politics. He left in his mark in the service of the king. So in this situation, we must remember that he was born in 106 BC, and he was a great writer, poet, as well as an orator. So I hope you all know the meaning of orator. Orator means the one who can give very good speech, who can influence the people through his speech. So he was a great writer, poet, as well as orator, and through his writings and oratory skill he influenced many people. Many common people were in his support, were his followers, just because of his skills in writing and skills in oratory. And we see that from the very beginning of his time, he wanted to serve the state. That was his main motive, and he wanted to bring republican form of government. He wanted to establish a republican constitution in Rome. In Rome, he wanted to establish a republican constitution. So that was the main motive of Cicero, and we see that how he came to power, because we see that he started writing, and through his book he influenced and became popular, and he encouraged people to support republican form of government and to bring about republican form of government in Rome. So his famous work we must mention. His famous works are On the State, On Republic, and On the Laws. These are few of his famous writings, and when he wrote in Latin language. So as he is writing in the common language of the Roman people, Latin language, his writings were very much popular. And also we see that his writings had greatly influenced the people. People were very much encouraged by his writings. So these three books which he wrote, it was written in Latin language, and that is why Cicero is sometimes regarded as the creator of the Latin language, because Latin language was only a language for speaking, a colloquial language, and he was the first to write books in the Latin language. So we see that he is regarded as the creator of the Latin language in Rome. And we must remember that he was influenced by great scholars, because he read the book of great scholars, and these great scholars, Greek scholars, had influence on Cicero, like Aristotle, Plato, and Polybius. These were the great Greek scholars. You all must have heard the name of Aristotle and Plato and Polybius. These were famous Greek philosophers, and they had Cicero had read their books, their writing, read from them. So Cicero was greatly influenced by the thoughts of Aristotle, Plato, and Polybius, all of whom were Greek philosophers. So we see from the very beginning his main aim or main ambition was to establish the Roman Republic, and for this we see his main target was to unite the classes in Rome. He wanted to unite the two classes, mainly the higher classes and the propertied classes. Higher class and propertied class means the higher class people, the intellectual people, and the rich people. He wanted to unite so that they can fight against the corrupt government and bring about a change in the government. He wanted that the republican form of government should be established where the people will have more power. So Cicero's belief, what is Cicero's thought and Cicero's ideology or Cicero's political thought? There we can say that he believed that the state is formed of humanity, and this human being, human civilization or human culture can grow and develop and progress only if the state is in a good condition, state is in better condition. Then the human beings can progress and human culture can also progress. So he said that power should be given to the common people. And if the people are given the power, they will look for the betterment of the state. Because the common people knows that if the state is doing good, if the state is progressing, then the common people's life and culture will also progress. So, this was Cicero's main motive. He wanted to unite the classes, higher classes, to protest against the corrupt government, and he said that the power should be vested to the common people. Because for him, the betterment and development of the common people is possible only if the state is developing. So he believed that if the people are given power, they will look for the betterment of the state. Also another thing he said, that is the main function of the state is to provide security to the common people. Provide security and safety and protection, rather safety or protection we can say. Protection and security to the common people, that is the main function of the state according to Cicero. So he fought for a republican constitution which will give protection to the people, which will give security to the people in every matter: job security, food security, shelter security, and protection against attack by any other people. So that was his demand, and we see that it was Cicero who encouraged the people to fight to get the power in their own hand, and he strongly opposed monarchical form of government. In this situation, we see that Cicero's idea had greatly influenced the people during that time. Sorry. And we see that that Cicero's writing had actually inspired the American War of Independence, and the French Revolution also was inspired by the writings of Cicero. The concept of liberty was also creation of Cicero, that is freedom of all the people. So it was Cicero who spread the idea of liberty among the common people, and inspired from his writings, the people of France, the people of America revolted for gaining liberty, for gaining freedom. Also we see the Renaissance in Italy, which took place in the 14th, 15th century. This was also influenced by the writings of Cicero, from the books which Cicero had written. From those books, the ideas of Renaissance was also inspired. So Cicero was a great man and who fought for the Republican Constitution in Rome. But we see that ultimately he was beheaded because the monarchy was against him. He was fighting for establishing Republican form of government. Thus the monarchy wanted to remove him so that he can no longer influence the people. So he was ultimately beheaded and he was removed from the society. Thank you.